who will be competing for national titles this afternoon. First up, the finalist on vault. From Bridgeport, Lola Sepulveda. From Texas Women's University, Sophia Isbell. From Fisk, Aaliyah Reed Hammond. From Southeast Missouri State, Taylor Engel. From Texas Women's University, Trinity Kathy. From Texas Women's University, Caitlin Hoyland. From the University of Bridgeport, Nova Staruk. From Fisk, Morgan Price. From Southeast Missouri State, Jocelyn Hernandez. From Fisk, Allie Berkeley. And from Alaska Anchorage, Montana Fairbairn. Ladies and gentlemen, your competitors in the vault finals. And now, our finalists on the uneven bars. From Texas Women's University, Caroline Bound. From Southeast Missouri State, Ava Johnston. From Fisk, Morgan Price. From Southeast Missouri, Gracie Jones. From Westchester University, Jordan Coleman. From Southeast Missouri State, Taylor Engel. From Greenville, Ashley League. From Texas Women's University, Caitlin Hoyland. From Alaska Anchorage, Alyssa Manley. From Fisk, Sanaya Rosby. And from the University of Bridgeport, Abigail Kinney. And please welcome the finalists on balance beam. From Texas Women's University, Steely King. From Texas Women's University, Bailey Upton. From Alaska Anchorage, Jada Niles. From Fisk, Sanaya Rosby. From Southern Connecticut State University, Gabriella Guichouet. From Fisk, Morgan Price. From Westchester, Caroline Cascadin. From Alaska Anchorage, Claudia Lessig. From Bridgeport, Abigail Kinney. From Fisk, Aaliyah Reed Hammond. From Southeast Missouri State, Jaden Kassouf. From Southeast Missouri State, Taylor Engel. And from Texas Women's University, Sophie Hernandez. Time now to welcome our last group of finalists. Here are your competitors on the floor exercise. From Westchester University, Lily McFarland. From Wilberforce, Diamond Cook. From Southern Connecticut State, Erica Beyer. From Texas Women's University, Sophie Hernandez. From Bridgeport, Abigail Kinney. From Texas Women's University, Bailey Upton. From Texas Women's University, Kylie Ganmore. From Southern Connecticut State, Libby Allen. From Fisk, Morgan Price. From the University of Bridgeport, Margaret Coyle. From Centenary, Emma Lavelle. And from Southeast Missouri State, Taylor Engel. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we ask that you please rise, remove your caps, And direct your attention to the American flag as we pause to honor our country and those who serve at home and abroad with the playing of the Star-Spangled Banner. Now that we have met the competitors that will be vying for national titles today, it's time for our gymnasts and coaches to prepare for our first...
Welcome inside the Gold Dome on the campus of the Seminary College of Louisiana for the Women's Collegiate Gymnastics National Invitation Championship event finals. We've crowned an individual all-around champion. We've crowned a team champion, and today we will crown 4 individual event final champions. So excited to be here with you today. I'm Christina Chauvenet alongside Alaska Gymnastics alumni Silje Hildebrand. And Silje, this has been a long weekend of gymnastics, but something rare in collegiate gymnastics. These athletes get to go for individual glory today.
Yes, I'm so excited to see some of the best gymnastics here at event finals today. So super pumped to see what kind of gymnastics we watch today.
Absolutely. Event finals no longer in the NCAA nationals, but really excited to have them here. And speaking of nationals, the road to nationals starts with the U.S. Classic. We'd like to thank our title sponsor, USA Gymnastics. Your support has allowed these championships to thrive over the past 40+ years. And USA Gymnastics is coming to Chicago this in July, Saturday, July 19th for the 2025 U.S. Classic, which features an elite field of junior and senior gymnasts and is the final qualifying event for the 2025 Xfinity U.S. Gymnastics Championships, which serves as USA Gymnastics annual national championships scheduled for August 7th to 10th in New Orleans. The U.S. Classic is being held in conjunction with the 2025 Hope Championship, a national level event featuring rising stars from the women's artistic discipline in the 11 to 12 and 13 to 14-year-old age divisions. After past winners of classics include Olympic champions Simone Biles, Amanda Borden, Dominique Dawes, Gabby Douglas, Lori Hernandez, Shawn Johnson, Nastia Lukin. I could go on and on. But of course, following classic, the Xfinity championships will be coming to New Orleans, Louisiana at the Smoothie King Center Thursday, August 7th through Sunday, August 10th. Of course, many of those stars from the 2024 Olympics as well as rising stars will be there. Tickets for the 2025 Xfinity Championships will be announced soon, so make sure to stay tuned and click on that QR code. And finally, Hygo Apparel is a pioneering force in the realm of gymnastics, leotard, and apparel, setting the bar for excellence and innovation. Check out their website at hygoapparel.com to order the official leotard of Women's Collegiate Gymnastics National Invitation Championship. See the video description for more information. Thanks again to all of our sponsors. And now we're going to take a look at those all-around finals that I mentioned. Again, crowned in the semifinals. No surprise here. Morgan Price from Fisk defends her all-around title. Huge 39-35 in the all-around, followed closely by Taylor Engel of Southeast Missouri State, 39-225. And those are big numbers. Both of these athletes have qualified for all 4 event finals today. And Silje, that is, we're really going to be looking at these athletes' endurance, particularly for Morgan and Taylor, as they compete another day of all-around, essentially, in the event final.
Yes, they're coming off a long weekend. I'm sure they're tired and exhausted, so it's going to be really relying on that muscle memory and the months of training that went into this big moment. So I'm very excited to watch them today.
Absolutely, and those two are athletes I have my eye on that could take any of the event finals. And thrilling team final last night, Texas Women's University, big 196-175. They will be well represented today in event finals. Southeast Missouri right on their heels, 195-025. Strong performance from Bridgeport as well, 193-6. And then Westchester finishing in fourth. Not quite the performance they were hoping to have, but they have a lot of chances for individual glory here as well. And so we are going to get started here. The athletes are in their touch warm-up right now. Rotation 1 is going to be alternating between vault and beam. So we're gonna essentially have 2 flights. You'll have vault and beam and 2 rotations of that, and then we'll look at bars and floor. And Silje, as we are getting a look here at the lineup here for the first flight of vaults, you know, we're going to be seeing a lot of Yurchenko fulls today in that laid out position, 995 start. Of course, a lot of emphasis on that landing, but what are some other things that you are looking for these vaults today to separate the good from the great?
I mean, I think a main thing to look out for is the form. We want to see straight legs, pointed toes, really good hip alignment, not piking down. And it's also really important to see some height and distance in those vaults as well.
Agree, and keep an eye on number 6 there, Caitlin Hoyland, the only Yurchenko 1.5 in this competition. And so she has not stuck it this weekend, but if she can stick it, I think that's going to be the one to beat in this group. And moving over and taking a look at beam, remember, we will be alternating in between vault and beam, taking a look there at this first group of athletes. And, you know, with beam, it is really a balance. Of course, we think about those acrobatic elements essential, those the acrobatic series, those individual acrobatic elements, but also dancing is really a big piece that might separate a winner or who gets on the podium today.
Oh, for sure. And I think it's always fun to look for their presence on that beam, how they carry themselves with the confidence. It always goes into play when it looks for those big scores as well.
Agree, yes. That presence of the rhythm, making sure they're moving quickly against that. We'll be keeping an eye for those acrobatic combinations and the connections, making sure that those connections are crisp so that they can get that 10-0 start value. A reminder for the other 3 events besides vault, of course, vault is a fixed start value. Most will be seeing at a 995, but for the other 3 events, including beam, the base start value when you do all of the elements that are required is a 9.4. You then have to build your difficulty up to a 10.0 by doing more difficult elements that are required. That's those D and E elements, or by doing elements in combination. So we are going to be particularly on beam. That's important to keep the momentum going, because if the athletes are building their difficulty that way and they pause in between, for example, some dance elements, they may not get credit, and that's going to result in a lower start value. Getting a look here because we are almost ready to go. Seeing Steely King will be the first performer here in event finals. And Silje, what was your preference? Did you like going at first, or did you like going later in a lineup?
Personally for me, I was always very middle of the lineup, but I did prefer going first for sure.
Yeah, fresh off the warm-up, and here we go, Steely King getting us started on beam. And clean through that acrobatic series. She's got a big element coming up here.
Solid front tuck.
Yeah, I loved her aggression, her aggressive punch into that element.
For sure. Those are so fun to see. You don't see them very often.
Just the dismount. She's doing a 1.5.
Little hop on the landing, but overall strong start.
Yeah, really, I love her aggressive style on beam. As you mentioned, Silje, that punch front E-rated element, pretty rare to see. And this is the time, you know, we are in event finals. It is the rare opportunity that these athletes have to compete for that individual glory. And moving over to vault, this is Lola Sepulveda. Lola, the junior from Bridgeport. She's going to be doing our first of many Yurchenko fulls in the laid out position. Remember, that is a 9.95 start value. She qualified into this final with a 9.7.
And our first competitor on vault from Bridgeport, Lola Sepulveda.
Great distance, a little pike on the hips coming down for that landing with a small step, but very beautiful vault.
Yeah, I agree. Really nice to see her. She got really nice rise off the table. Good block, which really allowed her to get that solid distance. You'll see Steely King, who led off there, still under evaluation. Up next is Bailey Upton here. Bailey, a teammate of Steely King's from Texas Women, the freshman in this final, qualified through with a 9.8. And Silje, this Texas women's team, what do you think was going through their minds as they set up for today after that big win last night, winning the national championship on the team level?
Obviously so exciting winning a national championship. I'm sure their focus was just to celebrate the victory, but focus in today and do what they know how to do.
Yeah, a long weekend, as you mentioned, for these athletes that have competed in team final. Love that mount, really showing off her flexibility there.
Yes, super unique. Solid full turn.
And check this out, really cool. That split half there, really nice work in those dance elements.
A little wobble there, definitely see the nerves.
Too bad. She was going for that really difficult aerial to 2 feet. Another element you do not see very often, but just too far off.
Finished with a great stick, though. Way to finish off a routine.
And, you know, yeah, not her day on the aerial 2 feet, but I really liked the diversity of elements she had right from the jump with that mount. Really enjoyed her composition.
Oh, for sure.
And up next, Sophia Isbell from Texas Women's University, the sophomore. As I mentioned, Texas Women's very well represented in this event final. In these event finals, I should say. Another athlete doing that full twisting Yurchenko.
Oh, that was very pretty. She got a beautiful height on that and had a very nice hip alignment coming down.
I like the celebration there, by the way,
yes.
The celebration dance after that. But yeah, I agree. Really nice line in the air there. I have to say, you know, neither one of our first few gymnasts have stuck. I do anticipate, given this field, we are going to see a stuck landing that is going to win this championship.
Oh, for sure.
The next from Alaska Anchorage, Jada Niles.
And now up next on beam is an athlete you're familiar with, Silje, Jada Niles.
Yes, I'm super excited to see her routine today. Her routine that qualified her into this finals was actually her beam debut, so this is super exciting for her.
So impressive.
Mm-hmm.
What a gamer to come out in the semifinal, your beam debut, and qualify for an event final.
A beautiful double turn there. That's also very rare. You don't see that often.
I love that risk that she takes. So cool.
Triple series, also not something you see in every routine, but super fun.
Yeah, 9.825 in her beam debut at these national semifinals. Little shy of split in that second split element. Remember, we're looking for these gymnasts to reach 180 degrees on all of those split elements.
And a stuck dismount. What a solid routine. Oh, and another very great celebration.
I mean, I'm absolutely floored that was her beam debut. I mean, she's just a sophomore. Couple little things here and there in that routine to take, but she's got a bright future.
Oh, for sure.
And up next will be Aaliyah Reed Hammond after Sophia Isbell's 9.7625. And she stuck this vault in prelims, 9.825. By the way, career high 9.925 here. So she's capable of a huge Yurchenko full.
So exciting. Little hop, but overall very clean vault.
Yeah, I didn't see her get the block that I've seen her get in a couple of those other instances where she's gotten into that high 9.8, 9.9 range. But she's a really quick twister.
Oh, for sure.
And Cinia Rosby up next here for Fisk. The sophomore qualified into this event final with a 9.7. That full turn is required on beam, but not common to see it in the wolf position. She handled that nicely.
Yeah, it's a very difficult turn for sure. Very clean series.
Yeah, those front to backs can be tricky to keep connected, but she did a really nice job of keeping it moving.
A little shy of full split there.
Well, and I believe, and I think we might see her repeat it because I believe she was going to connect these elements. So let's see what she does here.
Here we go. Really solid, and she was able to hit that 180 in that first split for sure that time.
So she will incur a little deduction for the balance check that Silje pointed out, but really critically, as I discussed in the open, she maintained her start value because she got those connections.
And a strong dismount there. That was really beautiful. 1.5.
Yeah, sophomore there. Again, I think there, just a couple of things between that switch split that she didn't quite connect to the split half, but some really nice qualities in there, and the aerial back handspring was a highlight for me.
Oh, for sure. Little hop forward on the landing with a little bit of some piked hips, but she maintained some nice straight legs in that vault, so overall very solid.
And that was Taylor Engel from Southeastern Missouri, who we discussed earlier, finished second in the all-around to Morgan Price. And, you know, Silje, I do wonder, this is Taylor Engel's, you know, essentially third all-around competition in a row. And so that kind of endurance can wear on you when you're competing back-to-back days. So I wonder if that's just a part of why she came in a little short there.
Oh, for sure. I think that has a huge impact on it. Her body's probably tired, and it's a little bit harder to get that adrenaline to lead you through.
Yeah. Getting set here for Gabriella Diniso from Southern Connecticut, the sophomore, qualified into this final with a 9.775. Steely King, currently the leader with a 9.775, and I think she'll maintain that position even after Rosby's score comes in.
Little shy on those splits there, but great connection.
That was a gorgeous back handspring layout step out. Really nice extension in that layout step out.
Solid front aerial to beat jump there.
I love her line on beam. Really nice toe point, really strong extension throughout.
Oh yes, I was going to comment on how, oh, beautiful stick there too. I was going to comment on how smooth and flowy her routine is, which is always so nice to see on beam.
Yeah. And Silje, 9.775 is the lead right now. That could contend. What do you think?
I think so. I think she has a beautiful presence on beam, and her confidence might just put her on top.
We'll have to wait around and see. Up next, Trinity Caffey from Texas Women's University.
Strong vault with a very little hop. Beautiful lines though.
Yeah, and she was the top qualifier coming into this, got a 9.875 in semifinals. So, you know, she has a huge, I think the best dynamics overall we've seen so far. You are right, the little hop, but that may be in that half-tenth range as opposed to some of the other hops that have been more in that 10th range of deduction.
I agree.
And our first look at Morgan Price, and gosh, Morgan Price has just taken the gymnastics world by storm. Just a reminder, if you are unfamiliar with Price's story, was originally committed to Arkansas where her sister is a gymnast. When Fisk announced they were starting a program, she wanted to be part of the first HBCU gymnastics team, and here she is, two-time all-around champion at this national championship.
Beautiful full turn.
Check out how she tumbles on the beam.
Yes, beautiful series. I didn't see one deduction in there personally.
And her layout step out is so high.
Strong front aerial there.
She's just got this calm confidence on beam that is just so fun to watch.
Gorgeous splits.
And this is what we're going to see from her all day. Her technique is just rock solid.
Little hop on the dismount, but overall such a beautiful routine.
Yeah, she looks happy with that. And yeah, I love how she really takes her time. She's got a really nice fluidity to that beam, to the beam routine. Caitlin Hoyland, this could challenge right here, folks, from Texas Women's University.
Little bit of a deduction on those landings, but overall in the air, she got some distance, she got some good height, and it was a really good 1.5.
Yeah, that 1.5 starts from a 10.0. So just a little more margin of error than for those Yurchenko fulls. I agree with you. I really like the rise she had off the table. I think, she was a little off on her landing, but I commend her for taking that controlled step. You could tell she almost took another step, but was relaxed into it and then controlled the landing. And Caroline Cascadin up next here for on beam, and she is really fun to watch on this event for Westchester.
Super difficult there to do a standing layout step out. Strong splits there in her connection as well.
Cascadin, the senior, qualified into these event finals with
another jump series there.
And those jumps when you end landing on the side of the beam, so difficult.
Gearing up for the dismount here. And a small hop on that 1.5, but overall, very solid routine.
And you're going to see a lot of emotions, folks, because this is the end of the season. And for those seniors like Cascadin, these are their final routines. So really lovely moment between coach and athlete there. And I believe now this is our final. We have gone through the final gymnast for this session, and we are going to move on to the next flight.
Second group, your 2-minute transition begins now.
Yeah, so we'll have those gymnast transition. Caitlin Hoyland, I previewed for you that 1.5, 9.8 there. She gets rewarded for going for that difficulty. And Silje, really great to see that 10.0 vault in this group, isn't it?
Oh, so fun. And again, just seeing that difficulty is rare, but again, it paid off for her in the long run. So super proud of her there.
Yeah, first 1.5 in Texas women's program history. So congratulations to her. We've got some gymnasts that might be on her heels, so stay tuned there. And another athlete that we talked about, still waiting for Caroline Cascadin's score to come in, though I do not think it will match our leader currently in the clubhouse, who is Morgan Price. What did you like from that routine, Silje?
Overall, Morgan Price just had a wonderful presence on beam. She had the difficulty, she had the execution, and overall you could just see why she has the highest score from these gymnasts so far.
Yeah, absolutely. Those are your scores to beat as we move into the second flight. Remember, we've got another group of athletes on vault, another group of athletes on beam. Don't go anywhere. We will be back with the next rotation of event finals here at WCGNIC. and welcome back inside the Gold Dome for the WCGNIC 2025 event finals. This is the last day of these championships. It has been thrilling. My name is Christina Chauvenet alongside Alaska alum Silje Hildebrand. And Silje, we saw some fantastic beam routines and big vaults. Going to be really exciting to see what this second flight of routines is going to look like.
Oh, for sure. I'm so excited.
And just a reminder, a thank you to our sponsor, our title sponsor, of course, USA Gymnastics. Your support has allowed this championship to thrive over the past 40 plus years. USA Gymnastics is coming to Chicago, Illinois, Saturday, July 19th for the 2025 US Classic. The Classic features an elite field of junior and senior gymnasts and is the first qualifying event for the 2025 Xfinity US Gymnastics Championships, which serve as USA Gymnastics annual championship scheduled for August 7th to 10th in New Orleans. US Classic features an elite field of junior and senior gymnasts and is the final qualifying event for the 2025 US Gymnastics Championships, being held in conjunction with the Hopes Championship, a national level event featuring rising stars for women's artistic discipline in the 11 to 12 and 13 to 14-year-old age division. Past winners include all of the Olympic greats: Simone Biles, Amanda Borden, Dominique Dawes, Gabby Douglas, Lori Hernandez, Shawn Johnson. You know all these names, they go on and on. So make sure to get your tickets. There they are on sale now. And of course, after Classic, that is the qualifying event to the US Championships that will be held in New Orleans, Louisiana, those Xfinity US Gymnastics Championships, August 7th to August 10th. Tickets for the 2025 Xfinity Championships will be announced soon. And finally, High-Go Apparel is the pioneering force in the realm of gymnastics leotards and apparel, setting the bar for excellence and innovation. Check out their website at highgoapparel.com to order the official leotard of the Women's Collegiate Gymnastics National Invitation Championship, and see the video description for more information. Again, back inside the Gold Dome, thank you so much to all of the sponsors. Taking a look here at the first athlete that will be up, who is Claudia Lessig, another gymnast, Silje, that you know well.
Oh, for sure, yes. I'm super excited to see her routine here. She's been working super hard, and we'll see how it goes.
I love the back of this Alaska leotard, by the way, now that we're getting a look at it.
Yes, that's one of my favorite leotards for Alaska. Beautiful series there.
So difficult.
Switch leap to back tuck.
I really love her toe point, really draws your eye in. Qualified with a 9.8 into this event final. Career high 9.875.
Little mishap on that dismount there, but overall strong routine for Claudia.
Yeah, I think she just didn't have enough momentum coming down out of that handstand, which, by the way, I love that combination, the handstand step down. You don't see that very often. But yeah, it just didn't quite have enough momentum there, I think.
Unique vault here. A little bit of a low chest on that landing, but her form was beautiful in the air.
Yeah, Nova Staruk there for Bridgeport. That Sukahara full, the only non-Yurchenko entry that we'll see this afternoon. Really cool. Yeah, did have some chest positionality, but I love to see different vaults like that, and really commend 10-0 start value.
I agree. It's so fun to see unique vaults.
Yeah, and Lessig's still waiting for the official score there, but you can see some of those scores in the background. Do think she got hit pretty hard for that low chest position and stumble on dismount.
Back to balance beam.
Up next is Abigail Kenny from Bridgeport on beam. She's a junior, qualified to this event final with a 9.8.
Standing punch front, a little wobble there, but overall very difficult skill.
Yeah, so challenging.
Oh, and she's gonna repeat it here to get that connection. Front tuck to back tuck, super difficult and unique series.
Yeah, you don't see many people doing the standing punch front in general, much less connecting to the back tuck.
Solid full turn there.
Tough break, just really not her day, unfortunately.
Strong finish there with a double full dismount. Small step on the landing.
And you know, we did discuss, she had a couple elements she was off there, but she's got a lot of difficulty packed into that routine. Really cool to see that in college gymnastics. Morgan Price up next here, and she has got a huge Yurchenko full.
So pretty, small hop, but great height, beautiful form, and she did get that distance as well. So overall, gonna be probably a very high score.
Yeah, and remember, the athletes are chasing Caitlin Hoyland with that 9.8, and that is a vault apart from the hop on landing. Not a lot else you can take from that Yurchenko full.
Next up on balance beam from fifth, Aaliyah Reed-Hammond.
And some fifth gymnasts back-to-back here, Aaliyah Reed-Hammond, and they have really built their program only in the third season of their program. So not only is Morgan Price obviously the headline name for that program, but seeing more and more gymnasts making event finals, really exciting to see how they've built their program. And I love to watch Aaliyah on beam. She's a junior, qualified into this event final with a 9.85, 9.925 career high here.
Little wobble in that back handspring, so she'll have to repeat it here to get that connection. But very clean once repeated.
Cool combo too. I love we're seeing lots of different acrobatic series in this final.
Beautiful jump series there. She kept great form throughout.
Nice height on those as well.
And her full dismount to a stick. Beautiful routine.
Yeah, I did have to repeat that series, as you mentioned, and just a reminder, you can repeat the series. There's no deduction for repeating the series, but you will incur deductions for whatever wobbles or other form issues happen that made you not be able to connect. Jocelyn Hernandez up next here on vault.
A little bit of pike tips there, but clean vault throughout. Would like to see a little bit more rise, but she did get that distance, which is great.
Hernandez, the freshman from Southeastern Missouri. So always exciting to see those freshmen. I agree. Really nice, nice dynamics. Just a couple of things to clean up. Qualified into this final with a 9.75. And I imagine we'll probably see something pretty similar on score for here, if not maybe a little lower. And Morgan Price, still the leader on beam. 9.8625 is what folks are chasing. Jaden Kasuth up next for Southeast Missouri on beam. Kasuth, a sophomore, qualified into this final with a 9.775.
Triple series there, super clean, great form throughout.
Yeah, she was really confident on that landing.
Little wobble there on that leap. And a small step there. She was really fighting for that stick though, which is always good to see.
Yeah, just a couple of places in that routine, as you noted, for deduction, but the highlight of that routine was that triple series to me. So confident there.
I agree.
Moving back to vault, Allie Berkeley up next for Fisk on vault, doing that full twisting Yurchenko.
A little bit of a big step there and some pike tips on the way down, but she did get that distance, which is always good to see.
Yeah, some nice mechanics there. And just a reminder, those directionality lines that you see on vault, unlike floor, there is not what we call a neutral deduction assigned to those. So on floor, you step out with 1 foot, that's 1/10, that's a neutral deduction. On vault, those lines are there to assist the judges in their evaluation. You are not there. There's not a specific amount ascribed, which, by the way, is something I would change if I was in charge of the code of points. But that's just me on my soapbox. That's neither here nor there. We're here with Taylor Engel, our second look at the runner-up here on the runner-up in the all-around. Excuse me, here on beam. And Engel, the junior, qualified into this event final, 9.825.
Another triple series. Her reaction to that was great.
Yeah, I think for a lot of athletes, you have a difficult series like that at the top and you get through it, it's a big confidence boost for the rest of the routine.
Little hop on the dismount, but such a fun routine.
Yeah, and rare to see that double full off the end of the beam. I like that difficulty.
And our final vault competitor from Alaska Anchorage, Montana Fairbairn.
And Montana Fairbairn, the senior from Alaska. I love this vault.
I agree.
10-0 start. Check out this entry.
Small step, a little bit on that line, but again, super unique vault. She got some good height on that and nice rotation. Always love to see that vault.
Yeah, and that is a 10.0 start. That Yurchenko full on pike off. Just, it's fun to see these variations. We've seen a couple of different variations. Saw the Souk full earlier, and seeing this vault really just looked like she was a little off balance actually on landing, but nice pike position in the air.
And now, our final competitor on beam from Texas Women's University, Sophie Hernandez.
And Sophie Hernandez from Texas Women's University, the sophomore, qualified into this final with a 9.8. Go ahead, sorry.
That's what I was just gonna say. Unique mount there, forward roll onto the beam. A little bit of difficulty in that you wouldn't expect.
I really struggled with the forward roll on beam myself during my gymnastics career, so can attest. More difficult than it looks like, for sure.
I also did that mount, and I had my fair share of problems with it. Beautiful series, great form throughout that.
And you know what I liked about that series is she kept her torso and arms really centered over the beam, and that set her up for success.
Great connection in those leaps there. Her first split was a little shy, but definitely hit the 180 in the second.
Yeah, and that switch half really tricky. I agree with you. That was actually a better split than the first position.
One enough dismount here to a stick. And of course the celebration, love to see.
Yeah, all the teammates, and one of the things I actually really love about about WCGNIC championships is seeing that camaraderie across team as well. So Sophie Hernandez, still under evaluation, but as we take a look here, you look on vault, we talked about Morgan Price and that huge Yurchenko full. She gets a 9.825, huge number there, and so she is the winner on vault. Really nice to see.
I agree. As expected, after watching the height on that vault, I definitely thought the score would be higher.
And then as we look on beam, still awaiting Sophie Hernandez's score, but we saw some really nice routines in this flight. However, once again, nobody was quite able to top Morgan Price. Awaiting Sophie Hernandez's score here, but barring that, she's 2 for 2 so far on her day from that first session, and she's just such a dynamic beam worker. And as we look up next, we are going to move to different events. So we've got bars and floor will operate in the same fashion. We'll have flights on 2 flights of both of these. Bars and floor will be alternating between the two. Lots more gymnastics from a variety of different teams. Some faces you've seen before, some faces you haven't. So don't go anywhere. You are watching the WCGNIC championships here on Virtius. We'll be back after a short break. Welcome back inside the Gold Dome on the campus of Centenary College. This is the WCGNIC 2025 event finals, the last day of an exciting weekend of gymnastics, and we are halfway home. Still have some really fun routines on floor and bars and event champions to crown. Let's take a look at what happened in the first half of the meet. Looking at the vault leaderboard here, some great vaults across the board, but you take a look down there, Morgan Price, Trinity Caffey having these big Yurchenko fulls, and then Caitlin Hoyland with that Yurchenko 1.5. And I'm Christina Chauvenet alongside Silje Hildebrand. And Silje, what really set out those top 3 finishers for you from the rest of the field on vault?
I think when we're looking at those top vaults, obviously the difficulty comes into play there for Caitlin, but for the other two, I think it's the amplitude, height, and just real aggression that they are able to put into it.
Yeah, huge vaults across the board there. And as we take a look at our beam, a familiar name on the top of the leaderboard, I previewed this at the top, Morgan Price, she means business, winning the beam title here as well. Sophie Hernandez from Texas Women's University, Gabriella Dinisso from Southern Connecticut round out the top 3. And we talked about those connections and both the dance and the acrobatic connections, Silly, and that ended up being a big factor in how these scores played out.
Yes, definitely. Again, just with the flow of the routines, the confidence all comes into play there when we look at those top scores.
Yeah, some absolutely lovely beam routines there. And before we head into the second half, just want to remind you the US Classic is coming up. Wanted to thank our title sponsor, USA Gymnastics, whose support has allowed this championship to thrive over the past 40 plus years. I love to watch the US Classic Championship. It will be in Chicago, July 18th to 19th. And if you love that early season meet like I do, make sure to get your tickets. They are on sale now. You can see the description for the link. And of course, they act as the qualifier for the 2025 Xfinity US Gymnastics Championships, and you can see the details on the right there, August 7th to 10th in New Orleans. Tickets will be on sale soon, so check out that QR code for more information. Lots of your favorites from the 2024 Olympics, plus also some new names. And finally, Hygo Apparel is a pioneer in the realm of gymnastics, leotard, and apparel. Check out their website at hygoapparel.com to order the official leotard of the Women's Collegiate Gymnastics National Invitation Championship. You can check out the video description for more information. And so now, as we mentioned, moving towards in the second half of this event, we are going to see routines on floor and bars. Let's start. We're taking a look at floor here. And Silje, what are the things that we're really going to be looking for on floor that are going to allow these gymnasts to place on podium?
I am going to be keeping my eye out for those nice landings, controlled lunges, and then obviously just the height in those passes, as well as the leaps come into play here for sure.
Absolutely. Keep an eye out for those 180-degree positions in those split elements, as well as getting those leaps and jumps fully rotated around. And as we get a look on bars here, Caroline Bounds about to start for Texas Women. What are we looking for on bars, Silje?
Bars, I really like to look for just overall alignment, as well as those major releases in their height.
Agree. Also, keep your eye out for leg separations, particularly between the bars. Those can get tricky and can separate the good from the great here as battles get started.
So a little leg separation there, but beautiful bail to handstand.
Yeah, those handstand positions, so critical in this final.
Couple steps there on the dismount. But overall, strong start for a routine.
Yeah, she's a really dynamic bar swinger, isn't she? Just, yeah, as you said, I think that's going to add up to a couple of tenths on the dismount, unfortunately. Our first gymnast on floor will be Lily McFarland from Westchester.
I'm really excited to see some floor routines here today. I feel like floor is just such a fun event, so unique for each gymnast.
And McFarland has a big opening pass here, front through to double tuck. She's got big air time.
Here we go into the first pass, front through to double tuck.
I did see a hand raised there for out of bounds, so that will be 110.
Double pike here with a small little hop on the landing.
I've definitely seen her be cleaner on some of those landings, but she's so powerful, and she is another athlete who's a senior I've had the pleasure to commentate for several times in her career, and just congratulations on a fantastic career. Ava Johnston will be up next for Southeastern Missouri on bars. Sophomore qualified to the bar final with a 9.75.
Strong handstand to start. Lean release there.
I'm loving her toe point.
A little shy of a handstand there, maybe. But clean dismount, and overall really pretty lines and form.
Yeah, I agree. I really loved her pack salto, and that toe point that she maintained throughout was lovely. And up next on floor, getting a look at Diamond Cook. This is a fun story. She is from Wilberforce. In their first year as a program, the only gymnast from Wilberforce represented at Nationals. She transferred to Wilberforce from Talladega, who was another HBCU that had their program started, but then unfortunately shuttered their program in 2024. So really exciting to be the only athlete here from Wilberforce and to qualify for the event finals. That is an achievement in its own right.
One and a half to front layout there. Super clean, controlled step on that landing.
I love the rise she got in that layout too.
Yes. A little full there. We'd like to see a little bit more. Super fun dance here. Love to see her personality.
She's got a nice performance quality here.
Front layout to front full. Super clean, and again, a nice controlled step on that landing.
And the Kendrick Lamar, always a fun way to end a floor routine, but I mean, how difficult is that, Silje, to come not only as an individual to nationals, but to then have the audacity to go after those landings in a way that you qualify for the event finals?
Right, just so much respect there. Obviously, I saw a lot of the other gymnasts there supporting her from other teams, which means a lot.
Yeah, and so special in an inaugural year of a program to have that program represented here. And getting a look, Morgan Price, she means business, folks. She's going for her third event final. And by the way, casual 10.0 career high for her on this event.
Strong release there. Kept those legs together, which is huge. Another great handstand. Small step on the landing, but super clean routine. Really didn't find much deductions besides that small step.
Yeah, agree. And I think, you know, when we talked at the beginning of this rotation, I teed up looking for those leg separations and between bar releases. In my mind, that's one of the things that separates Morgan Price out, because as you said, there is, you know, her legs are glued together in that Maloney to bail to handstand combination. And it's really mechanical for her at this point. Really great to watch. Erica Beyer from Southern Connecticut State University, keeping it loose there while she waits for the go-ahead. The senior qualified into this event final with a 9.8.
Double tuck with a great landing.
Yeah, that's really what you want to see in terms of the chest position, the controlled lunge, everything.
Yeah, great leap. She had nice precision there. A little bit flex feet, but overall, really nice. One and a half to front lay. Again, beautiful landing. Such a powerful gymnast. Third pass here was a front handspring to Rudy. Again, super clean routine.
Oh, and this is always what gets me. Again, another senior, so special for these athletes to finish their career with an event finals. Huge accomplishment. Gracie Jones from Southeastern Missouri, the freshman, up next, following that 9.85 from Morgan Price.
Jaeger here, small leg separation on the catch, but great handstands. Little shy there on the bail.
Yeah, I think you might have jinxed her there, Silje.
I know, I'm so sorry. And strong dismount.
Yeah, coach was getting excited about it, so we couldn't quite see the landing, but some nice dynamic swing in there, although, as you pointed out, Silje, just a couple of form breaks in there. You can getting a look on the leaderboard. Erica Beyer's score still on eval. Diamond Cook 9.7375. As you're getting a look at Sophie Hernandez here for Texas Women's.
Next, on floor from TWU,
And she's got a big opening pass here, front through to double pike.
Strong landing, a little bit of a low chest, but again, super difficult pass. Strong leaps there. One and a half to front layout, super clean landing.
Sophie Hernandez wrapping up there for Texas women's, and she's got a career high of 9.95. We're not going to see that today because I think, Silje, as you pointed out, a little low chest on that first pass, but that last pass, the rise she gets in that 1.5 to front layout is really impressive.
I agree. Very beautiful tumbling there.
And up next here is Jordan Coleman, the defending champion on bars.
Nice Jaeger to bail there.
Nice to see her catch that because she fell in team finals on that Jaeger.
Shy handstand there, but great clear hip. And a small step on that dismount, but overall a nice hit routine.
Yeah, not going to challenge for the title based on Morgan Price's 9.85, but Jordan Coleman, she's done so much for this program. She's the school record holder, 9.925 on that event. A fun factoid is I commentated her career high when they were at Maryland. Really cool moment for her. But nice to see her hit that routine after missing her Jaeger in the final.
Next on floor, from Bridgeport, Abigail Kenny.
And Abigail Kenny up next here for Bridgeport on floor. Qualified into this event final with a 9.8.
Opening her routine with a jump, which was very clean, nice precision. Also a unique pass there, opening with a 2.5, which was also beautiful.
Yeah, got it all the way around. Nice job there.
Yeah. Front fold to front pike, super clean. Leap combo there. And a Rudy there for her third pass.
That was Abigail Kenny from Bridgeport, finishing up on floor.
Very fun routine.
Yeah, and I loved seeing, as you pointed out, the difficulty of that 2.5. Really good twisting form there. back to bars. Taylor Engel up next for Southeast Missouri.
She's had some very nice handstands throughout this routine. A small hop on the dismount, but overall clean throughout.
And actually, we talked about her and Morgan Price being in all of these event finals. Her style on bars really reminds me of Morgan Price's, just so clean in the between bar transitions. Really nice to see. I do think she was a little shy in that full pirouette into her dismount. Remember, for those full pirouettes, we're looking for them to finish right in handstand. And so I think that might just be a place where we see some scoring separation, but great routine nonetheless. Bailey Upton up next for Texas women's on floor.
Bailey Upton.
Upton, the freshman, qualified into this final with a 9.825.
Rudy there. Nice controlled landing. Leap combo. Clean double pike there. A little bit of a low chest on the landing, but overall super nice. Front layout to front full. Controlled step. It was a little bit crooked. But super fun routine. Loved her choreography as well.
Yeah, and I agree with you. Just a couple things here or there. I love to see a 3-pass routine. Let me say that in this, in an era where we see more and more 2-pass routines, I love it when we get to see 3-pass routines, excuse me. Silje, you made an interesting point about chest positions in a couple of these floor routines. Just to keep in mind, just like on vault or those bars dismounts, for floor, we want to see those landings straight up and down with the chest. Getting a look at the event summary for uneven bars, I'm starting to sound like a broken record here, folks, but Morgan Price is your leader in the clubhouse with that 9.85. Silje, what did you like about her routine?
Again, her routine, just the form was impeccable, no leg separation, which is really not common, especially on skills like Maloney's. So just really stood out to me there.
Agree. And then as we move to the right, taking a look at floor, Sophie Hernandez, your leader in the clubhouse after that difficult front through to double pike. Still waiting on Bailey Upton's score, so we'll keep you posted there. I can't imagine that is going to top Sophie Hernandez's, but we are in the commentary booth. We are not judging, so stay tuned. We'll keep you posted. We're going to take a quick break here, and when we come back, we'll have those updated scores for you, and we've got another flight as we wrap up event finals. You can take a look here. The folks to watch on uneven bars and floor exercise. Don't go anywhere. You're watching the WCGNIC here on Virtius. Welcome back inside the Gold Dome on the campus of Centenary College. This is the WCGNIC 2025 event finals. It is the last day of these exciting championships, and we are in the last rotation of these championships. So two events, I should say, already crowned with just one winner, and that's Morgan Price. Two event winners still to be crowned on floor and bars. You're getting a look inside the Gold Dome here. Lots of exciting gymnastics left. As a reminder, we're getting a look at the second flight of these teams. Now, of course, after college gymnastics season is over, you want to check out elite gymnastics. Thank you so much to our title sponsor, USA Gymnastics. Their support has allowed this championship to thrive over the past 40-plus years. And, of course, elite season kicks off with the U.S. Classic in Chicago, July 18th to 19th, 2025. Tickets are on sale now, so you can see the description for the link. And, of course, U.S. Classic is the final qualifying event for the 2025 Xfinity U.S. Gymnastics Championships, which are August 7th to 10th in New Orleans. Lots of your favorite stars from the 2024 Olympics, plus some new names coming. Don't miss that. Of course, tickets will be on sale soon, so you can look at the QR code for more information. And finally, Hygo Apparel is a pioneering force in the realm of gymnastics, leotards, and apparel. Check out their website at hygoapparel.com to order the official leotard of the Women's College Gymnastics National Invitation Championship, and you can check out the video description for more information. Once again, we are in the final rotation of event finals. I'm Christina Chauvenet, here alongside Silje Hildebrand, and getting a look at the final competitors here on bars. And Silje, it was a thrilling start to both bars and floor. We've got some great routines left, though.
I agree. It was super fun to watch.
And getting a look at the flight there for bars, we've got some really fun routines. Ashley League there leading off. Fun story. She is from Greenville in their third season. She won the D3 Nationals a few weeks ago with a 9.775, so we'll keep an eye on her. And of course, Kylie Ganbari, who is the first competitor on this flight for Texas Women's, just a freshman. Qualified through to this event final with a 9.9.
Opening with a double pike, little step forward, but great form. Beautiful jump combination there. Great precision. Front fold to front layout, super clean.
Nice to see her hit that pass. Did struggle with that in the team finals.
Ending with a double tuck. A little bit of a bounce there. Wasn't sure if she went out of bounds.
Yeah, did have, and as you noted on her first pass, was a little short, so had some landing errors, but unusual to see two double salto passes in the same routine, isn't it?
I agree. Very difficult. So props to her.
And Ashley League from Greenville up first. As I mentioned, she is coming off a win a couple weeks ago at the D3 National Championships.
Opening with a ray there, straight to bail. Super difficult.
Big airtime on that ray too. Nicely done.
Little short handstand, but she worked it. Into her front pike half dismount. I love seeing those. You don't see those very often. Great landing.
Absolutely. Those old school, the toe-ons were popular even before I did gymnastics, the dinosaur that I am. So those were really popular, though, back in the day, and cool to see folks doing them and playing to their strengths with those different kinds of dismounts.
I agree.
And Libby Allen up next here on floor for Southern Connecticut. Allen, the senior, qualified into this event final with a 9.85. And a 9.85 is the score that is currently leading on floor.
Southern Connecticut State, Libby Allen.
Of course, Kylie Ganbari's score not in yet, though don't anticipate that's going to get into the 9.85 range.
Opening with a double pike. Good height on that. Flex feet, but clean overall. Front lay up to front full. Would like to see a little bit more of a controlled landing out of that, but super clean, great form throughout. Great splits in those leaps. Ending with a double tuck. Again, a little bit of a slid foot on the landing and some flex feet, but great power throughout.
Yeah, I agree with you. Just some nitpicky things on some of the form in there, but I want to just say this about Division II gymnastics. We've seen the first two of these routines both had 2 double salto passes. So difficult. I love to see that level of difficulty, and just the level of difficulty in Division II and Division III is so high. It's lovely to see. Caitlin Hoyland for Texas Women on bars now.
I love that mount. Super fun. Opening with the Jaeger. Good height. Again, little flexed feet.
Yeah, I thought she might have caught a little close on that Jaeger.
Line fold, double back. Strong landing. Again, you can see the emotion in that.
Yeah, absolutely. And Hoyland has done so much for this Texas women's program. She is a super senior, transferred from Oregon State in 2024. She's the school record holder on bar with a 9.95. Not going to go in that, not going to score that high today, but just congratulations to her on a phenomenal career.
Back to floor exercise. Next up, from fifth, Morgan.
Now, Silje, I don't know if you've heard of this gymnast. Her name's Morgan Price. She's pretty good at gymnastics, actually. She is, I mean, you know, one of the things about Morgan that's interesting is because Fisk was not in the team final, so she's actually had an extra day of rest compared to these gymnasts that were competing in the team final, and I think that might be an advantage today.
Oh, yeah. Opens with a double pike. Great control on that landing.
He dropped that one out of the ceiling.
Beautiful leaps. Second pass here. 1.5 to front full. Super difficult, but again, so clean and a great landing.
I mean, I just can't say this enough. Her technique on all four is just so exceptional. It really sets her apart. You know, you mentioned that double pike and that really controlled landing, but it's her technique that sets it up with her. She's really patient with all her skills. She's state of the art.
Tkachev here.
Alyssa Manley from Alaska here.
Bail there. A little shy of handstand, but great form. Double pike dismount. Some steps forwards, but clean routine.
Yeah, I really liked her swing throughout that nice pike position. You see that full pirouette and a double back in the tuck position a lot, but not very often into the pike position. I think she just mistimed her pirouette, probably led to that step, but nice routine overall.
Yeah, I agree.
And up next will be Margaret Coyle from Bridgeport.
Next on floor from Bridgeport, Margaret Coyle.
Coyle, the junior, qualified into this final with a 9.8.
Rudy to stag jump. Great height there. Super powerful. Another fun pass there, a little bit unique.
Yeah, I love a acro pass connected with a jump or a leap. Just adds something special. Margaret Coyle wrapping up for Bridgeport, putting her leg muscles on display there. She was low in that final punch front, but hung on to it. Really nice adjustment in the moment. Sanaya Rosby up next for Fisk.
Starting with a strong handstand. Up the bent knees on that release, but he's swinging really nicely. Toe on to that front pike half. Oh, just a little short there. Had to put her hands down.
Yeah, too bad. She had a lot of height on that, but I think just mistimed that twist. Some really nice qualities in that routine, though. Emma Lavelle getting set here for Centenary. Emma Lavelle getting set here for Centenary, and you hear those cheers. She's such a special story. Senior getting to finish event finals, only gymnast from Centenary in finals. She gets to close her career here on floor.
Opening with that front through to double tuck, a little chest on the landing, but again, super difficult pass, and she maintained good power throughout. Strong leaps there. Whip half to front full. Good landing.
And so special to see Centenary represented in this event final, and they're as the host team here. Abigail Kenny, the last gymnast here on bars. And right now, Caitlin Hoyland and Morgan Price are tied for the lead on bars with a 9.85. So that is the score to beat. And just a little bit of a scoring delay here on Sanaya Rosby's score. Comes in. Again, had that struggle on the dismount, so will not factor in, but some cool elements in there. Abigail Kenny now set to go for Bridgeport. The junior qualified into these event finals with a 9.725.
And now, our final competitor on board from Bridgeport,
And you could see Lorraine Gallo, the head coach there of Bridgeport, giving her a pep talk beforehand. Lorraine, alum and Bridgeport gymnastics great in her own right.
Beautiful release there.
Yeah, I like seeing
lines.
those Shabash. Yeah. Oh. We
Good
jinxed
save,
her.
though. I know.
Yeah, she really fought through that.
She did. Still maintaining great handstands and lines, though. And again, just a little bit of a shy step forward on that. Didn't quite get enough rotation on that front pike.
Yeah. And interesting because we mentioned at the beginning, rare to see that dismount. I think that's the third one we've seen in this event final. Cool to see that composition. Just not her day on that transition in between from high to low, excuse me. Taylor Engel wrapping this up, seeing if she can chase down Morgan Price's 9-9. The junior qualified into this event final with a 9-8.
Beautiful 2.5 to punch front. Super difficult. You don't see that very often. Front lap to Rudy. A little bit of a low chest on that landing. Beautiful lines on those leaps.
I love her choreography too. Such a fun routine to watch. And Taylor Engel has done so much for Southeast Missouri. It's been fun to watch her compete in this championship. Just a fantastic weekend for her and for SEMO in general. Silje, what is it like? You know, we've seen some of those seniors having their last moment on the floor. What is that feeling like when you realize you've completed the last floor routine of your collegiate career?
Oh, it's so bittersweet. Obviously, you're so excited, but obviously it's years that have gone into that, and for it to be over is just so many emotions that you're not really quite sure what to do with.
Yeah, agree. And we got to see so many seniors finish off their career on a high note. Taylor Engel and Morgan Price, they have another year, so we'll see them back here. But taking a look at we're going to look quickly at our champions. Morgan Price, Caitlin Hoyland, Trinity Caffey got those superior dynamics, and Morgan Price is your vault champion. Moving to beam, Morgan Price again on top of the leaderboard. Really dynamic work there. Sophie Hernandez, Gabriela Diniso also showed great qualities, nice lines throughout. Moving over to bars, we've got a two-way tie. Again, it's Morgan Price and Caitlin Hoyland with that 9-8-5, both such dynamic bar swingers and had excellent forming between the bars. Ashley League, shout out to Greenville capturing that third place position. On floor, some great routines across the board. I know I sound like a broken record, but it's Morgan Price winning that with a 9-9. Taylor Engel, who finished second to Morgan Price in the all-around, gets second, and Bailey Upton from Texas Women finishes third. Really nice degree of difficulty across the board here. And so that will wrap up this really exciting day of event finals. We are going to turn it over to the PA system for those awards. So if you want to stay on for that, and I encourage you to stay tuned here, I'm going to sign off on behalf of Silje Hildebrand and our entire team at Virtius. I'm Christina Chauvenet. Thank you so much for joining us at the WCGNIC 2025 event finals. We'll see you next year.
this time, we would like to welcome back all of our teams and athletes from this weekend's competition. Give it up for the home team, the Centenary College Ladies. Next, we have the green, the 5th University Bulldogs. Congratulations to the Greenville University Panthers. Let's give one more round of applause to the Southeast Missouri State Redhawks. Congratulations to the Southern Connecticut State University Owls. And here they are, your 2025 WCGNIC team champions, the Texas Women's University Pioneers. Congratulations on an amazing 2025 season to the Alaska Anchorage Steamboats. And it was a year to remember for the University of Bridgeport Purple Knights. And what a season it was for the Westchester University Golden Rams! And our final team making their debut at this championship, the Wilberforce University Bulldogs! Congratulations once again to all of the competing teams and individuals. What a weekend it was. And now we'll move to the end of season awards portion of today's program. Gymnasts, you may be seated on the floor exercise. Ladies and gentlemen, this past Thursday at the championship banquet, the end of season awards were presented. We would like to take this opportunity now to recognize the following winners of those prestigious awards. First up, the 2025 WCGNIC Scholar Athletes. In order to be named a Scholar Athlete, a gymnast must have earned a grade point average in the fall semester or have a cumulative grade point average greater than or equal to a 3.3. At this time, will all of the recipients of the 2025 WCGNIC Scholar Athlete Award please stand and be recognized. Next, we would like to acknowledge all of our senior student athletes. These young ladies have completed their gymnastics careers, and we would like to recognize all of them for their hard work, dedication, and loyalty. They will all be moving on to bright futures, and we wish each of them the very best. At this time, will all of the senior athletes please stand and be recognized. Congratulations, seniors. And now it's time to recognize the leaders of these phenomenal athletes who have put on such a memorable show this weekend. Please give a warm round of applause for the 2025 WCGNIC Assistant Coaches of the Year, Isabella Antocinelli from Southern Connecticut State University. And now, let's recognize the 2025 WCGNIC Ken Anderson Head Coach of the Year. From the Centenary College Ladies, Meg Crowley. Finally, we want to recognize the recipients of the Marie Ray Soper Spirit Award. This award is named after Marie Ray Soper, who died tragically on one of the airplanes that was taken down on 9/11 while on her way to an interview for a collegiate head coaching job. This award is given to one student athlete annually in recognition of her passion, dedication, and devotion to the sport of gymnastics. Your 2025 Marie Ray Soper Spirit Award winner from Alaska Anchorage, Montana, Fairbairn. Now, before we move to our all-around winners and our individual event titleists, we want to recognize and congratulate from Centenary College, Meg Crowley and her team. What an amazing effort, what an amazing accomplishment to put on today, this weekend's championships. Job well done. Thank you for all of your hard work. And now it's time to honor the gymnasts who competed in the all-around on Friday and have earned a place on the awards podium. These awards will be presented by the head coach of the placing gymnast. Head coaches, please make your way to the podium now. In 7th place, with a score of 37.25, from Greenville, Ashley Lee. In 6th place, with a score of 37.675, from Greenville, Amara Nelson. In 5th place, with a score of 37.85, from Centenary, Sophie Schmidt. In 4th place, with a score of 38.9, from Fisk, Sanaya Rusty. In third place with a score of 38.95 from Bridgeport, Abigail Kenny. In second place with a score of 39.225 from Southeast Missouri State, Taylor Ingle. And the 2025 Women's Collegiate Gymnastics National Invitational All-Around Champion with an all-around score of 39.350 from Fisk, Morgan Price. Congratulations to the 2025 First Team All-Americans in the all-around. Our last all-around award, year-end award, excuse me, is the 2025 WCGNIC Senior Athlete of the Year. The Senior Athlete of the Year is the top senior all-around competitor from the first day of competition. Please help me bring her back to the front of the awards. Our 2025 WCGNIC Senior Athlete of the Year. From Centenary, Sophie Schmidt. And now, our last set of honors for the afternoon, your 2025 WCGNIC Individual Event National Champions. Beginning on vault, in sixth place with a score of 9.675 from Fisk, Aaliyah Reed Hammond. In fifth place with a score of 9.75 from Bridgeport, Nova Starek. In fourth place with a score of 9.7625 from Texas Women's University, Sophia Isbell. In third place with a score of 9.7875 from TWU Trinity, Kathy. In second place with a score of 9.8 from TWU, Caitlin Hoyland. And your 2025 vault national champion with a score of 9.825 from Fisk, Morgan Price. Moving now, ladies, you may present our vault winners. Congratulations to these elite vaulters. Moving now to our results on the uneven bars. In sixth place with a score of 9.7625 from SEMO Tracy Jones. In fifth place with a score of 9.775 from Alaska Anchorage, Alyssa Manley. In fourth place with a score of 9.8 from SEMO, Taylor Ingle. In third place with a score of 9.8125 from Greenville, Ashley League. And your 2025 co-national champions on bars with matching scores of 9.85 from TWU, Caitlin Boylan, and from fifth, Morgan Price. Gymnastics, you may present. Moving now to the final results on balance beam. In sixth place with a score of 9.7125 from Westchester, Caroline Cascadin. In fifth place with a score of 9.75 from fifth, Sanaya Rosby. In fourth place with a score of 9.775 from TWU, Steely King. In third place with a score of 9.8125 from Southern Connecticut State, Gabriella Denishowi. In second place with a score of 9.8375 from TWU, Sophie Hernandez. And your 2025 balance beam national champion with a score of 9.8625 from fifth, Morgan Price. There they are, folks, your top finishers on beam. Moving now to our final event, who are the top 5 scores on the floor exercise. In fifth place, we have a tie. Both athletes earning a 9.825 from Bridgeport, Abigail Kenny. And from Southern Connecticut State, Erica Beyer. In fourth place, with a score of 9.85 from TWU, Sophie Hernandez. In third place, with a score of 9.875 from TWU, Bailey Upton. In second place with a score of 9.8875 from SEMO, Taylor Ingle. And your 2025 floor exercise national champion with a score of 9.9. You should know her name by now, Morgan Price from Fisk University. There you have it, our floor exercise champions. Congratulations, ladies. All right, fans, we hope you enjoyed these past 3 days of amazing women's collegiate gymnastics. Thank you to the athletes and the coaches who have made this event so incredible, and to the fans for bringing the energy and excitement that makes this event so incredibly special. We hope you had a fun and memorable time here at the iconic Gold Dome in Shreveport, Louisiana. Good night, God bless, and we'll see you down the dusty trail.